All right, let's talk about one of the most exciting moments in football, the long-range screamer. Today, we're going to break down the science behind it. We're going to show you how to turn what feels like a hopeful punt into a repeatable skill, giving you the real tools you need to score from distance time and time again.
You know the goals I'm talking about, the ones from 30 yards out that just explode into the top corner. Is that just blind luck, a one-off moment of magic, or is there something more to it? Well, I'm here to tell you it's science. And in this explainer, we're giving you the actual blueprint to master it.
So, first things first, where does that incredible power actually come from? Now, most people think it's all about having a cannon for a leg, right? But that's not the whole story, not even close. It's about using your entire body in a perfect sequence, a sequence known as the kinetic chain. This is the secret sauce to every great long-distance strike.
So what is this kinetic chain? The best way to picture it is to think of a whip. Seriously, the real power of a whip doesn't come from the tip. It starts at the handle, and that energy builds and builds until it absolutely explodes at the very end. Your body works exactly the same way. The force starts from the ground, through your planted foot, and it shoots up through your legs, your hips, your core, and then, bam, it's unleashed through your kicking foot into the ball.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do you crack that whip? Well, it breaks down into 4 really distinct phases. First up, you've got the anchor. That's your plant foot, getting it locked firmly into the ground beside the ball. Then comes the coil. This is where you twist your hips and your torso, storing up all that potential energy like a loaded spring. Third is the snap, that explosive forward extension of your knee. And it all ends with the release, which is your follow-through. That's what ensures every last bit of power you generated goes directly into the football.
All right, so we've got the engine, right? We understand the power comes from the kinetic chain. Now let's talk about the different ways to actually use that power. We're going to look at 3 primary techniques you have in your arsenal for long-range shooting, and each one has a totally unique purpose.
And here they are, side by side. First, you've got the driven shot. This is your raw power option. Struck hard with the laces, it flies low, fast, and direct. A missile. Then you have the curling shot. This is more about finesse, using the inside of your foot to create that beautiful arc and heavy spin to bend it around a defender. And then there's the knuckleball. This one is just pure chaos. A weird, minimal follow-through strike that makes the ball wobble all over the place. An absolute nightmare for goalkeepers.
I love this quote, because it just nails it, doesn't it? Velocity, precision, and chaos. Each one is a different tool for a different situation. Are you trying to just blast it through a crowd of players? You need velocity. Need to bend it perfectly around a wall and into the top corner? That's precision. Or do you just want to introduce total unpredictability and see what happens? Well, my friend, that's when you unleash the chaos.
Now, all of this is great in theory, but knowing it and actually doing it are 2 completely different things. You can't just listen to this and expect to be banging them in from downtown. These techniques have to be drilled into your muscle memory through repetition. So let's get practical. Let's head to the training pitch.
We're going to start with a super fundamental drill. It's called the driven pass wall. And the goal here isn't about scoring, it's about one thing and one thing only. Building the muscle memory for a clean, powerful, and consistent strike, over and over again.
The setup couldn't be simpler. All you need is a ball and a wall. Stand about 15 yards away. Now, your entire focus is just on hitting a low, hard, driven pass with your laces, making sure it comes straight back to you. Control it, reset your feet, and go again. Try to do 20 reps on each foot. That's how you really start to build that consistency.
And to really get the most out of every single rep, you've got to focus on these little details. First, keep that ankle locked tight. If it's floppy, you're losing power. Period. Next, keep your head and chest down over the ball. That's what stops it from flying into the stands. Use a short, sharp backlift, not a huge windup. And finally, concentrate on striking directly through the middle of the ball, its horizontal midline, for that pure, driven flight.
Okay, a quick but important point on gear. I know you're wondering, how much do the boots I wear actually matter? And look, let's be clear. Your biomechanics, your technique, that is by far the most important thing. But the right pair of boots can absolutely complement what you're doing and give you a little edge.
So when you're looking for boots, here's what to think about. A nice, clean, large striking surface is great for those power-driven shots. Some boots have these textured, rubbery elements on them, and those can help add a bit more grip and spin for curlers. Lighter boots might help you increase your leg speed a little, but honestly, the most important thing of all is a snug fit. You don't want your foot sliding around inside because every little movement is just wasted energy.
But let me just hammer this point home, because it's crucial. Your technique is the engine. It creates all the power. Your boot, that's just the tire. It connects the power to the road, or in this case, the ball. You can have the best tires in the world, but if you've got a weak engine, you're not going anywhere fast. A good boot helps a great engine perform at its peak.
So there you have it. You've got the science behind the power, you've got the different techniques, and you've got a drill to get you started. The blueprint is officially in your hands. So the only question left is, which weapon will you choose to master first? The raw velocity of the driven shot, the beautiful artistry of the curling shot, or the wonderful chaos of the knuckleball? The choice is yours.